On this week's episode of Theme Park Worldwide the show, I've got all the latest news from Epcot on the brand new Frozen Ever After Dark ride that is now open. I've also got news on Volcano Bay at Universal Orlando Resort, along with talking a little bit about the recall of a part for Rocky Mountain Construction roller coasters. I'm Shawn Sanbrooke, this is Theme Park Worldwide the show, and that means it's time to cue those titles. And as always, a very warm welcome to this week's episode of the show. Hope you've all had a fantastic week. The weather has not been the best for going out there to the parks, especially here in the UK. We've had quite a bit of rain and showers, but it's supposed to be picking up over the weekend. So hopefully you can get out there, go to some parks and just enjoy yourself. But at the end of the day, even if it is raining, you can still go there and enjoy yourselves at the parks. I mean, they're opening later now as we're getting towards summer. On weekends, you got parks open till 7, 8 o'clock and things, so it's getting towards that peak summer season that we love. Yes, the parks get quite busy, but it's sometimes quite nice to just go and chill out at your local park and enjoy yourselves. So I hope you all do this summer. Of course, we're going to have lots more vlogs to come on the channel in the next few weeks. We're going to be doing our rounds of the UK parks again. Of course, we're going down to Southport Park, Chessington, Alton Towers, the likes of all of those, and doing vlogs as we move into July. Of course, we've just had our vlogs. All of them are now online from our European road trip, so make sure you check those out, which is absolutely some of the best vlogs, some of the best content we've ever had here on the channel. So yes, all 7 of those vlogs are now online. We went to 7 parks all throughout Europe and it was a brilliant trip. So if you've not seen them, check them out. And if you have started watching, I hope you're enjoying them. There's some comedy gold moments, over 8 hours of footage for you guys to check out there. So make sure you check them out in order as well if you're watching them. For anyone that makes it right to the end who's watched all of the vlogs, then congratulations, well done, and I hope you enjoyed them. It's also been a momentous occasion for the channel this week. We hit 20 million total views for Theme Park Worldwide, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you to each and every one of you that watches our videos here on the channel. And just generally enjoy our content. It's coming up towards summer. It's a busy time for us. We've got so much coming up and we've got a lot of different parks that we are going to be visiting. Of course, the next foreign trip is going to be out to Fantasyland next week for the opening of Klugheim, Taron, and of course Rake, the 2 brand new rides there as well. So I can't wait to share that here with you guys. Quite a bit to get through then in news off the rails, so let's kick straight in. Now, if you enjoy the Disney parks and follow them quite a bit, you'll know that it's nearly 2 years since Walt Disney World announced that they were going to open a Frozen themed ride, replacing the Maelstrom boat ride, which is inside the Norway Pavilion of World Showcase. So what they're going to do is completely update the scenery all around the boat ride, keeping the actual ride system in, but just sort of developing that and adding some scenes all around the ride. When this was announced, I don't think anyone really realised how much of a big development this was going to actually be. I literally just watched the video. It opened yesterday on Tuesday, and like I say, this looks absolutely fantastic what Walt Disney World have done. Now, there was a lot of controversy whether this ride should be based in Epcot or not. Obviously, Epcot is based on all the different, well, you got Future World, and then of course you got World Showcase, which is all the different countries around the world, and it's got some rides and things mixed in there, but it's more about experiences and food offerings and about seeing how different countries operate. But it's nice to see they put this in, actually. It does kind of fit. You've already got, another sort of ride in that area as well, another boat ride, which is just down the road. So it's sort of good how they've put sort of this in. It does kind of fit, I think. I like Frozen. It's a good film. Is it as good as everybody makes out? No. But I'm glad this ride has gone in. So basically it's gone in the Norway section. Not really seen much in the improvements on the facade. A few new bits have been added. However, the whole indoor section, wow. Disney have really done a fantastic job of this. It's a 5-minute boat ride, but they've added some really nice animatronics in there as well. So the first scene, you see Olaf sort of moving across a snow-covered bit of mountain, bit of rock work, and that's really nice. Olaf's singing a little bit for you. It's got all the classic songs from Disney's Frozen in there as well. As you move through the attraction, You see the Ice Palace on the hillside of Arundel. You go all the way around, go straight in to the Ice Palace, and there you see like Sven, and then of course you make your way around to seeing the main characters herself, Anna and Elsa, there in the Ice Kingdom. Sort of great to see them in there. You've got all projections and some of the best animatronics I've ever seen. How these animatronics work, they actually project it from the back sort of onto the face, so they look more lifelike than ever. Some of the best animatronics I've ever seen. As Disney keep building these rides, the animatronics just keep getting better. I mean, out at Shanghai Disneyland, when that also opened this week, you can see on their Pirates of the Caribbean now they've got some fantastic animatronics and some really nice visuals in terms of projections. But yeah, this is a really good ride. What I love about this though is the fact that yes, they haven't just used screens. That's my main issue with Universal. They love using screens all the time, whereas Disney, you know, they've got a nice mix between screens and real theming as well. And the soundtrack sounds really good in there, and overall it looks like a really nice ride experience. Can't wait to go and check that out this September and review it for myself here for you guys on the channel. Next up then to Rocky Mountain Construction. You've had a bit of a tough week. It was announced that Wildfire was not going to be ready for its Saturday opening, so it's supposed to premiere on the 18th, the Saturday just gone. However, they announced on the Friday night that it wasn't going to open. This wasn't due to the track not being finished. They actually found a defect in something to do with the trains. So I've got a little bit of an explanation here about what's happened. So basically, Rocky Mountain Construction, they're responsible for rides such as Twisted Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain, the Joker at Discovery Kingdom. You know, they've done a lot of different rides in the past few years. They're quite a new, more modern manufacturer. So basically they switched to a brand new cylinder design on some of their components in the trains. This was obviously discovered on Lightning Rod, which is a ride that only opened last week at Dollywood. It's had so many issues, so many delays, you know, and they finally got it open, but it's now had to close again whilst RMC get this issue fixed. It's going to take 3 to 5 days, so not too long, and hopefully all these rides will open again, and of course Wildfire will get back open. But it's not affected all the Rocky Mountain Construction coasters, just the ones that have opened this year and what feature this certain component on the train. So it's only affected a couple of rides really, Lightning Rod and of course Wildfire. But what a shame for Colmar, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's a shame they couldn't premiere their ride for the opening. They had so much hype, adverts and things, and apparently I've gone to some friends over in Sweden, it was being really well publicised. So yeah, it's a shame to see, but at least they are getting this issue fixed. But anyway, the cylinders have been recalled now. RMC are fixing the issue, and at the end of the day, safety's better than sorry, isn't it, on these rides? So yeah, we'll keep you up to date with that one, and hopefully we'll have a review in from Wildfire next week to share with you here on the channel. Finally then, in news off the rails, a little bit about some soft openings that have been taking place. Now, Darren Brown's Ghost Train has been delayed back from May the 6th. Of course, May the 6th is when this ride was supposed to premiere and we're all going to get on it at Thorpe Park. It still has not officially opened. However, they are now doing soft openings for guests of the Thorpe Shark Hotel, which is using a time ticket slot. So of course, it's not officially open. Don't expect to go to Thorpe Park and just get on it. But they are now starting to do soft openings, meaning surely this attraction's ready. Thorpe Park wanted to keep it closed because they didn't want to sort of show the whole experience, you know, unless it was finished. But now they're opening it to hotel guests, makes me think surely it's got to be nearly ready to open. If it's ready for hotel guests, which is the sort of most highly paying customers at Thorpe Park, then surely it's ready for day guests to come and see as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to be open in the next few days. I think personally this is going to be open by the weekend. That's just my personal opinion. At the end of the day, they wouldn't be soft opening it like that if it wasn't nearly ready to go. So hopefully, it's about, what, 7 weeks delayed? So it's about ready, it's about time this thing gets open. So hopefully it will. And I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. Reign of Kong at Universal Lands of Adventure. That's also had soft previews this week, which is quite interesting to see. Shame about the use of screens and things around there though. But it does look like quite a good attraction. Again, I can't wait to go and see that in September. But yeah, that's of course having soft openings. I've got a friend who's out there right at the moment, has managed to get on there and have a couple of rides. So we'll have a full review in from that on the channel very soon. A little bit then finally about Volcano Bay, the brand new water park opening at Universal Orlando in 2017. We've now got a confirmed sort of time when they want to get this ready. They want it ready for June 2017, which is less than a year away now. And we've also got a brand new bit of concept art from Universal, which is just there for you to see. You can see how you've got what looks like a lazy river which goes through the volcano. Is that a couple of separate lazy rivers or is it all one? I'm struggling to tell looking at the concept art. But again, it looks great, and of course this will replace, so to speak, Wet n Wild. It's not going on the location of Wet n Wild, as that's still operating at the moment till the end of this year. But this will sort of be Universal's brand new water park offering. So it looks great. Like I say, in terms of the theme in there, I'm not too sure on some aspects of it. I mean, if you look at it, it's kind of looks a bit mishmash in some places. The volcano looks great, but apart from that, there doesn't look like much else. But what I'm kind of hoping is Universal have just showed the main sort of look at what it's going to be, and then there's going to be all the different random bits of theming like barrels and things all the way around. I don't think it's just going to be bland with palm trees. Knowing Universal and how the theming stuff at the moment, I think they'll do a top quality job of it. But hopefully no screens. But there you go. That is all then for news off the rails this week. Like I say, next week hopefully we'll have a review of Wildfire to share with you guys. That coaster looks amazing. I can't wait to go and ride it at some point this summer. I will be going out there to go and get on it, and I'll keep you up to date here on Theme Park Worldwide. So it's time for Merch Paradise, and this week I've got something a little bit different to show you guys. So me and Charlotte went over to Southport Pleasureland over the weekend. We just went for a couple of hours, not even that. We just went to have a little look around Southport, and it was really bad weather, so we only stayed for a few rides. We didn't really have a full day there, but we're hoping, after having such a good time, we're hoping to go back at some point this summer and do a full vlog for you guys here on the channel. Of course, we didn't do a vlog this time, there's just been a quick little look inside, but I must say Southport Pleasureland is really coming on, and it's somewhere that I want to spend a bit more time at when the weather's nice, in the sunshine, and have a go. What they have trialled there is, of course, a brand new system. Of course, you can't really buy a wristband there yet, but what you can buy for just £1 is a lanyard, one of these fun cards just here. It's £1, and what you can do with that is just top it up and use it till the end of the year. Then they scan this, it's like having a contactless card. Say it rides 4 tokens, a token's £1, you go and top it up, put £10 on, minimum for your card initially, and then you just take it to the ride, 4 tokens, scan it, and then 4 gets knocked off. So I think that's a really clever system, but you get this as sort of your commemorative merch really. So there you go, it says Southport Pleasureland fun card on the front, you've got my card number on the back just there, and you got this nice little lanyard as well. There you go, where memories are made, Southport Pleasureland. Now a lot of you might be thinking Southport Pleasureland did close, which it did, and it was home to Infusion before it got located to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It was known as Traumatised, it had a different colour scheme, and it was quite a big ride for Southport to have. It was under the same ownership of Pleasure Beach. Unfortunately it got closed down, but then an entrepreneur opened the park back up a few years ago and has really tried to revitalise the place. But the fact that obviously all the different, there's a lot of travelling rides there, they aren't all owned by them, and they lease different spots out and things, means they can't really run a wristband system at the moment, but hopefully in the long term they can get more of their own rides and look at doing that. But this is a really good fun system for now, and quite a nice bit of commemorative merchandise.
Questions, questions, questions everywhere.
Now each week I'll answer 4 different questions that you guys have sent in here for the show, so let's have a little look at what you guys have sent in for me this week. Question number 1 then, has come in from Robbie Allen, who's asked, would you rather live in a world with no B&M rides, no Intamin rides, or no Mack rides? It's a tough question. I love all 3 manufacturers for different reasons, they've all done some amazing rides, but if I was going to live without any, it would be Intamin. I love Mack to bits. I think they do some of the best rides in the world. So do B&M. But so do Intamin. It's so hard. But out of all 3, Intamin's my least favourite. And I've got more coasters that are my favourite that are B&M and Mack than I have Intamin. There you go. So thanks for your question there, Robbie. Robert Paddock has asked, if you could build anything at Pleasure Beach, what would it be and why? Well, it would be a Mack Mega Coaster. Now, it looks like, yes, this is going to be coming. But that is generally the ride that would excite me so much for that park. Hopefully we will be getting that for 2018. There's been quite a lot of ground movements there at the moment and things, so hopefully we're going to be looking at a Mack Mega Coaster, but that is what I would build at the park. So yeah, thank you for your question there. Charlie Craig has asked, if you had the chance to put a roller coaster in Flamingo Land, what would it be and why? It would be a GCI wooden roller coaster on the site of the old Corkscrew, which used to be at the park, just next to Velocity. I think it would fit brilliant. A nice GCI coaster, maybe with an out and back sort of layout, not sort of like Woden where it's all quite compact. I'm thinking quite out and back to sort of be a bit of a landscape, a bit of a backdrop for the park. So yeah, thanks for your question there. Nicholas has asked, what's your favourite themed land at any Disney park you've been to? That is such a tough question. Because it's so Disney and because I love that overall theme, it's going to have to be Frontierland. I think Frontierland is absolutely gorgeous. I love how different they all are in the different parks. Obviously, I've done 3 different Frontierlands in Florida, California and Paris. And what is my favourite Frontierland? Well, it's a really tough decision, but I think for me, Paris Frontierland is really quite special, having Big Thunder Mountain in the middle. It's got a really nice authentic feel to it. But with the original being California, I like how it sort of blends in with all the different areas. It is going to have to be California at Disneyland. But there you go. Thank you very much for your questions there, guys. If you've got anything you want to send in, all you need to do is email it in. It's ask@themeparkworldwide.co.uk, or you can send it in as a private message on our Facebook page. So it is time for Interact, the final section of the show, where you guys get to send in pretty much anything within reason to the show, and then Charlotte will pick the best ones and we'll read them out here each week. So first off then, we've got some photos. Matthew Wakefield with a group photo at Leesburg. Looks like you all had a great time there, so thanks for sharing. Troy on Flow Rider at Dreamland, so thank you very much for that. You've got Ryan with a Nemesis on-ride photo there. Next up, Lucas outside Star Tours at Disneyland Paris, which is currently closed under its renovation, ready to reopen in 2017, so I can't wait to see that next year. Stephen Ashcroft outside Magnus Colossus, there you go, he's got a great on-ride photo there from Terra Mythica, so thank you very much for sending that. You've got Crystal Hill with Lee and Chris at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Great to see you guys there, I'm sure they enjoyed meeting you. You've got Colin Davis, who had a photo with me. Next up, you've got Sari Parker with Angry Bird Land. There you go, at Thorpe Park, so thank you for that. George and Dexter after Tidal Wave at Thorpe Park. And then finally Harry, who also had a photo with me. Next up, we've got your merchandise. And Louis has got a resins collection, so thank you very much for that. I'm loving the resins. Spotted the new Nemesis one at Alton Towers the other day, which I need to get, so I'll share that on Merch Paradise when I go and get one. You got James Bonnet, also with the merchandise collection. That looks great there. Thanks for sharing. Nils, with the pin collection. Good to see you loving the pin badges there. Alice, also with her merch collection, which is awesome. And then Laura with Thorpe Park and Legoland selection of merchandise. There you go. Legoland needs to do a bit more merch. I know it's based on Lego, but I'd love to sort of see all the different rides get made out of Lego at Legoland. Some more unique merch for the park would be really good. So thanks for sharing. Shout outs then this week. You got Oliver and Jake. Also lots of birthdays this week. So happy birthday to Jack McGowan, John Cross, Adam Sturgeon, Daniel Moon, Ian Priest, Liam Dodwell and George Dawson. Lots of birthdays. So happy birthday to all of you from myself at Theme Park Worldwide, and of course Charlotte, the Theme Park Worldwide admin. If you've got anything you want to send in, any photos, any merch pics, any photos when you've seen me, all you need to do is send them in. It's interact@themeparkworldwide.co.uk on emails, or you can send them in as a private message on our Facebook page. That is it for this week's episode of the show. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back next Wednesday with all the latest theme park news, Interact, merch and Ask here on the show. Thank you for watching, have an awesome week, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later, guys.